This week in NASCAR, something feels different. Not the usual controversy, not a set-up argument, not even a dramatic last-lap finish. This is one of those weeks where the entire sport suddenly stops and realizes something serious is happening. Because right now, two completely different stories are unfolding inside NASCAR, and both of them could change the season in ways fans didn't expect. One involves a driver who desperately wants to get back behind the wheel, but physically can't. The other, it's a situation where NASCAR had no choice but to step in and make a powerful statement. Two stories, two completely different reasons, but both are sending shockwaves through the garage. Standings could shift, opportunities could open, careers could change. So if you really want to understand what's happening behind the scenes in NASCAR right now, you need to hear this. And trust me, the first story is tough to talk about, because it involves Alex Bowman. What originally looked like a minor issue is now becoming something much more serious. Bowman isn't just missing a race. He isn't missing 2 races. He's now officially set to miss 3 more NASCAR Cup Series events: Darlington, Martinsville, and Bristol. Think about that for a second. When you add those races to the ones he's already missed, we're now looking at a driver who could be sidelined for over 6 weeks. 6 weeks away from the car. And here's the part that makes this situation especially concerning. It wasn't a crash. It wasn't a broken bone. It's vertigo. At first, that might not sound dramatic, but anyone who has experienced it knows just how serious it can be. Vertigo causes intense dizziness, disorientation, and loss of balance. Now imagine dealing with that while trying to control a 200 mile per hour NASCAR Cup car. It's impossible, and that's exactly why Hendrick Motorsports is being extremely cautious. The team has made one thing very clear. They are not rushing Alex Bowman back under any circumstances. Because in NASCAR, driving at anything less than 100% isn't just risky, it's dangerous. With the Easter off weekend coming right after Martinsville, the earliest possible return for Bowman would be Kansas on April 19th. But even that date is far from guaranteed. Best case scenario? He's gone for over a month. Worst case? It could be even longer. And unfortunately, the championship implications are already starting to show. Right now, Bowman sits 36th in the standings, a massive 94 points below the playoff cut line. Let's be honest here. His playoff chances are hanging by a thread. But the truth is, that's no longer the main concern. Not for Hendrick Motorsports, not for the team, and not for fans who understand the reality of the situation. Right now, this is about one thing only: his health. Because we've seen what happens when drivers try to push through conditions they shouldn't. And vertigo is one of those issues where if it's not completely gone, you simply can't risk getting back in the car. Still, Bowman's absence leaves a massive hole in the lineup. And it's the kind of situation where you genuinely feel for the driver, because you know he wants to be out there more than anyone. But just when you think that story is the biggest headline of the week, the second one hits, and it caught a lot of people completely off guard. This time, it's not about health. It's about consequences. NASCAR has indefinitely suspended driver Daniel Dye. And yes, indefinitely means there is currently no timeline for when he can return. The suspension comes after comments Dye made during a live stream while opening trading cards. During that stream, he talked about his experience around IndyCar driver David Malukas. But in the process, he used language NASCAR determined crossed a serious line. According to NASCAR's rulebook, specifically Section 4, 3C drivers are prohibited from making public comments that disrespect or target someone based on race, gender, religion, or similar factors. After reviewing the situation, NASCAR acted quickly. The punishment was immediate, indefinite suspension. And there's only one way for Dye to even be considered for reinstatement. He must first complete sensitivity training. But the reaction didn't stop there. His own team, Cowlig Racing, immediately suspended him as well after learning about the comments. So this wasn't just NASCAR making a statement. The team backed it up instantly. Just like that, Dye was out. From a competitive standpoint, the timing couldn't be more interesting. For the Truck Series race at Darlington, Cowlig Racing is bringing in a replacement driver. And not just any driver. Allmendinger will take the seat. That's a veteran with serious experience stepping into the truck. Allmendinger currently runs full-time in the Cup Series and has competed in the Truck Series before, with 14 career starts. He hasn't raced there since 2021, but his presence alone could shake up the race in a big way. As for Dye, he later issued an apology on social media. He admitted he spoke without thinking and said he never intended to cause harm. He also acknowledged something important: intent does not erase impact. Still, opinions among fans will vary. Some will believe the punishment is justified. Others will debate whether it went too far. But one thing is undeniable. NASCAR has made its stance crystal clear. Looking at the numbers, Dye currently sits 13th in the Truck Series standings, already 88 points behind leader Chandler Smith. Since 2023, he's made 49 career Truck Series starts, with 2 top 5 finishes, 10 top 10s, and 1 pole. In other words, he's a young driver still trying to build his career. And now, everything is suddenly on pause. And that's what makes these two stories so powerful. Because they represent two completely different realities in NASCAR. One driver is sidelined because of health, something no one can control. The other is sidelined because of words, something everyone can. Two different paths, two different lessons, but both sending a clear message across the sport. In NASCAR, everything can change in an instant. Now the big questions remain. Will Alex Bowman return at full strength? And will Daniel Dye earn his way back into NASCAR after this suspension? Those answers could shape the next few months of the season. And as always with this sport, the drama never stays on the track. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about these two situations? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because something tells me fans are going to have strong opinions about this one. And if you enjoy real NASCAR stories like this, make sure to subscribe, because this season, it's just getting started.